Does Ortiz take any solace from the fact that Shaughnessy votes for no one? You know, he's lumping Ortiz in with all the guys that he thinks were steroid guys, and so he doesn't vote for any of them.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think he just looks at it. I think he doesn't vote for me. Because he's brought it up. Because I asked him if he holds grudge. Will you go back later on and look at guys that didn't vote? He's like, no, but I did notice there was only one guy out of Boston. So I'm like, so you do?
Yeah, you're right.
So you do know, right? So, no, I just think he looks at Dan, and he's dealt with him his whole career. And I think there was some issues, as you know, at the end of their career. And I think, that has a lot to do with it.
It's personal. They've got a beef that probably goes back 9 years. It goes to the 2013 season when Shaughnessy writes a column, and he felt like he was transparent with David, and David read the column and didn't like it.
Yep.
And they've been going back and forth ever since, even to the point where Shaughnessy still mentions, he was mentioning Ed Davis and the investigation in Dominican, and Ed Davis was like, yo,
but you know what? Here's the thing.
So they still have this push-pull.
But Dan didn't vote for him because of that. You know what I mean? Dan votes because he has a stance on any suspicion at all. He's not voting for you. So
Jeff Kent? Didn't Jeff Kent have like a little air?
Scott Rowland? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't think he's a Hall of Famer, but there's some guys out there, that maybe have nothing to do with it. My problem with Dan's stance on David is a lot of the guys he doesn't vote for. I think we all kind of Clemens, Bonds, McGuire, and then A-Rod got busted after testing. Manny got busted after testing. David's career basically started in 2003.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then 2004 is the Hall of Fame. So I'm not naive to think that people aren't doing stuff after testing.
Right.
But everybody that he has, I get. But with David, it's like, I don't think he falls in that category.
Do you think Ortiz makes it in? Should he make it in?
Listen, we all know he's going to be a Hall of Famer at some point, right? You don't get this close and not get in.
Right.
I don't think he gets in this year.
You don't?
Well, listen, the only thing is when you see 49% of this guy, Mr. Tibbs, the people that hide their votes, it always kind of shoots down. Like I can see him at like 73. 72. They don't want to reveal their vote publicly, right? But I don't know. I hope he gets in. And he looks in pretty good shape now.
You buy the Hall of Fame
It's only 50% so far, right?
If you were a voter, the Hall of Fame tracker stuff, you buy it?
I don't know. I guess it usually overshoots your percentages, as Lou says. If you were a voter, would you vote up or down on Clemens?
All of them in.
All of them in?
All of them in.
Sosa, McGuire?
I don't put Sosa in. McGuire. No,
right.
but Clemens, one of the best pitchers of the time. Barry Bonds, one of the best hitters of the time. All these guys.
Manny?
Okay? Manny's one of the best hitters. A-Rod, I don't like him at all because I'm not going to pretend to know.
But you got to put him in.
I'm not going to.
A-Rod.
A-Rod's in, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to pretend to know who was taking and who wasn't. All these people that want to pretend to do that and say, thank God, when Dan Shaughnessy said, thank God I missed the days when these guys were on the ballot, I'm not going to pretend to know who did and who didn't, like so many people.
I'm so glad you said that. If you're going to call it the steroid era, see, what everybody wants is their pound of flesh. I remember when a Giambi admitted that he was taking steroids, but it was Jeremy, and everybody was like, all right, you suck. I don't care. Like they want Jason to say it. We want Barry Bonds to come out and say it, and Roger Clemens. So if it's the steroid era and the top guys are taking it, we'll keep taking it down the line. There's some guys who should have been in AAA, but were like the 23rd, 24th, 25th guy. They got in because of steroids. There's some guys who shouldn't have been in the bullpen, but they got to the back end of the bullpen because they were taking PEDs. So it was rampant throughout the sport for 20 years.
Where are you on Schilling?
I think it's borderline. I think it's fair. I think it's borderline.
If
you know what I mean?
If you had a vote.
I probably wouldn't. But here's the thing. I think I've softened since I've kind of been on radio. Because from day one, it was like, either you are or you aren't. But people keep, if he's in. I hate that game. Like, if Messina's in, you got to put him in. Great. I got to put Pettit in. Like, there's a difference between great. And his postseason was absolutely fantastic, right? What I have a problem with is thinking he's a Hall of Famer, then deciding he's not.